Hello. Give it a few minutes. I didn't announce this one. Oh, here we go. Yo, Crystal. How are you, my love? Hello. Monica, hello. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I miss you guys. I want to come on. Kasiaka, hello. How are you guys doing? Where's everyone from? Hi, Blekta. Hey. Haley, good morning. Good evening in Japan. Do you guys like my Santa Luffy? Oh, he fell off. Hey. What's going on, guys? Where's everyone from? Where are you guys calling in from or joining in from? Great, here, just put my daughter on the school bus. Oh, nice. Aw, Long Island. People, when they ask me where I'm from and I say Rhode Island, they're always like, New York? Croatia. Oh, awesome. I had a colleague from Croatia. I used to live in Pennsylvania a long time ago in Philly. Oklahoma. Amazing, amazing. Ireland. Jenny, I wish I could do an Irish accent, but I can't do... The only accent I ever try to do is British, and then it turns out to be Australian. And then when I try to do Australian, it doesn't sound like it. Hello from India. Hey! How are you guys doing? Poland, but temporary, UK. Nice, nice. How's Poland? Is it cold? I have an image that it's cold in Poland. Canada. Hello, my friend. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I felt inspired to come on. I've been feeling a lot of inspiration lately to talk to you guys. And the video I released last night was like flowing through me when I made it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But I don't know. It's just been getting download after download. And it's just been interesting to see everything unfolding. So it's been a lot of fun. So, if you guys have any topics that you'd like to... Yes, pulling out is called Waiting for Snow. Oh, I love the snow. But if you guys have any topics you want to point out, address, just chat, get in the vibes of it all. I put this Christmas tree up for the Christmas video, and then I don't know if I want to keep it up because I love the Christmas tree downstairs when I'm in my downstairs room. But yeah, I guess I manifested you. So talk about how to deal with when the shitty old man knocks at my door. You know what to do. It doesn't matter. It's just the identity firing. It doesn't matter. The old man, I mean, you don't need me to tell you this. There's plenty of other channels out there that say the same thing. It's just a delayed response from where you were in consciousness, because where you were before had forward motion, so it just wants to drag you back into it. That's all it is. Hello from Germany. Hello. My roommate in college was German. That was a lot of fun. I almost said his name, but I probably shouldn't give out personal details of people, but that was a lot of fun. Or one of my roommates. It was me, a German guy, and two Japanese people. No, I am stupid today, LOL, so don't talk to the stupid me. Love, you're looking for reassurance. When you're looking for reassurance, that's who you're being, right? Because you're looking out there for an answer when you need to go back to everything we've talked about before. Talk about identity. I am Italian, but in Germany. Oh, nice. Identity, I am all that is. So... I don't know. I mean, I wasn't, let it bubble up. Identity of all that is because you are everything. I mean, you are everything. If you look at my levels of, I have not used this whiteboard in so long. I thought I was gonna like use whiteboards, and I was for a bit. Maybe I will. I think it's like caked on there now, so I have to scrub it off. But if you look at level 6 and 7, remember you're everything, and from level 6 and 7, where everything exists as energetic potential of consciousness, from level 5 down is where the 3D world takes place. And you can't exist. I mean, you can know, it's like you know you're everything as background noise up here. But when you're walking through the world, you're still identifying as some type of experience of reality. That's what Neville always talked about, always. He never said, just go to I am and stay there. That was never his message. That was never any of the teacher's message. You know that you are, but then from there, you have to go into that awareness. But what happens is the identity that you've been forever, that you're not aware of because it's the same fucking loop over and over again. You think you know it, and you're like, oh, this is why I'm so miserable. This is why what's going on here. This is what's going on here. And then you just like, you just go in the same thing. I'm afraid to say something because someone might be watching in my personal life, but I want to phrase this so in case someone that I know is watching doesn't get offended, because it's not about offending. But how do I say this? So I have someone in my life who recently went through the end of a relationship after going through a previous end of a relationship very recently before that. And they both kind of ended. It was very different relationships, but it was the same pattern. And when you have people in your life, and especially people who really, I mean, this person's always been very open to it, in a sense, but they're not at that level where they're ready to take into that step. But you watch them go through the same loop of identities. I'm sure you guys have friends in your lives who do the same loop every day. I mean, my friends, I still remember that day when my friend, I'll say his name, Ray, he sat me down. He was like, dude, you're the common denominator. Like, this is why everything turns out the way it does, because you keep doing these things from that awareness. So, no, level 6 and 7 is level 6 and 7 is kind of like the knowing that you are everything, and level 5 and 1, it's observation mixed with decision. Who are you being? Right? True comfort, LOL. That's it. That makes sense to the old man. Yeah, because your old state of consciousness is your comfort zone, right? Vicky, oh my God, how are you? My son is 12. He's been bullied at school and withdrawn from classmates in terms of socializing. Not sure how I could help him. Is there anything I could do to help that situation? See him differently, my love. Because I had a client, if you go back to my success story, it was like last December, November, I think. I had a client, and I did a video on it. She had a son with like severe nonverbal autism. And when she realized that all of this was coming out of her identity of what she was, who she believed herself to be in her world and everything else, the kid changed, showed no signs of autism in 2 weeks. It was like fucking insane. And the kid was talking and singing and dressing himself. And like the doctor said, he had severe nonverbal autism to nothing. So it's always your perception. But that's not something like, I know you guys are like, it's like, just give it the thing. I'm not a clickbait channel. I don't want to be a clickbait channel. If I want to be a clickbait channel, I'd say, oh, I almost got this house and this almost happened. Then I just talk in like these big, like, oh, just do this and just repeat the story. But when you're repeating from the wrong seat, it doesn't do anything. And that's why, like, I went there for so long that I'm very passionate about not diverting from my message, because that's how I shifted my life. I was just thinking of my boyfriend right now. He left on Friday at 3. I was supposed to go make mochi with the neighbors, but I was way too tired. But I had just completely, I'm sorry, this is a ranty because we're live, but I had my Santa Claus training this weekend. For those of you who didn't see, oh shit, I got to start up and read the comments first. People said hi, hold on. Yeah, I had that loop with my daughter today, and she triggered the resting old man identification. But let's just let it go. Hi, Charlize. Hello from Guatemala. Hello, Florence. Hello, Cinderella. Krista, I did a video on that. How to manifest multiple desires. Go look for that. Just look Zakari Hikari multiple. I mean, you're just, what are you aware of? You have to be aware of everything at the same time. It's always being aware of the same thing. And when you're still in like that identity of that's not normal for you, then that's why people like hyper focus on one thing when it's all you. Anyway, Santa Claus training. Hold on, I'm gonna get to the comments in a second. I want to tell you guys a story because it was so funny. So I signed up. I was watching this there's this Instagrammer that I love. It's this mom. I forget her name. I wish I could call her out, but she's she's just a mom and she makes food, and I don't know why, but maybe because I don't go back to America very often. It's just like nice seeing the vibes or whatever, and she's funny. Very down to earth, and she did this video where she went to, I guess in America they have like trees, like donation trees, where you adopt like a child, like Christmas list, and then you buy all the presents for them. And I was so touched by that. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like, I actually want to do that. And I looked up like what charities for Christmas and where you could do it. And the closest thing I could find is something called Charity Santa. And it's like, I think it's like 1,000, or no, it's way more than 1,000. It's a lot of volunteers, and everyone puts on a Santa Claus uniform, and you go to children's houses, and each Santa gets like maybe 2 to 3 houses. So you go to the house, and you have a Santa's helper that goes with you. Hopefully I have a helper because I have no sense of direction. But they go with you, and they like send the family like a message. We're on our way. We're going. We're almost there. And the family puts the present for the child like in front of the door. So you go up to the door, and they tell you ahead of time like what the kid's been doing that you want to praise them on, what you want them to do better, like eat your vegetables, whatever. And then you can't say it's going to come again next year. You have to say, maybe if you're good, blah, 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 blah. But they give you a whole book of like phrases in Japanese of like how to answer as Santa Claus. And I was like, holy shit. So I got so nervous we had to like role play it. Like you literally like have to like break up in groups and then role play being the Santa. And it was, I like got so much stage fright, and then I just sat with myself, like, wait a second, I can do this. And the second time I killed it. And I was like, I was a born Santa Claus. So on Christmas Eve, I'm literally going to meet up with all these Santas, and then we like get a list of houses. Oh, sorry. So the way the charity works. So the family pays money to have Santa Claus come, and that money goes to kids in need, not just in Japan, but worldwide. I think a big chunk goes to Japan, but they sponsor all these different countries. It's like a legal NPO, and they buy like new books, I guess, for kids in need and kids going through like different situations or whatever. But I just think it's a funny thing. And you like walk through town, and like you see little kids, and you have to act as Santa because you can't like jump out of the Santa Claus identity because it would break their dreams, right? So that's what I'm doing on Christmas Eve, and I'm beyond excited because the movie The Santa Claus is something that I never thought I'd be living that in my life, right? So I'm getting so many compliments and attention now. Not normal. Vicky, no, it is normal. You need to understand that it is normal. Stop saying it's not normal. That's your life now, love. That's your life. Zachary, how do you shift identity? You find out who you're actually identified as, and then you start putting your awareness elsewhere. But if you can't see the loop that you're in, which is really hard for people to see, and this isn't like a plug for anything, I'm just being honest. I went through this forever. And you think you understand who you're being, and you think you know the pattern, but you don't see the pattern behind it, because that's the way that reality is programmed. So that's how. Happy to see you. I have one of the days when the echo of the old story is strong and the illusion is trying to pull me back, and all I am doing is trying to keep my mind off that and stay focused on me. Monica, it's not who you are. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The old man is just, it's the old story with forward momentum, and you just shift who you are and you go. Right? You already know what the story is. You've already talked about it. Now you just have to stay there, my love. That's it. That is it. Jay, I have a question for you while you're live. Hold on. And someone just said above, what did they say? They said hi from France. Hello from Japan. My stand almost fell down. I'm going to go acapella Japan. Hello, Zaki from Russia. Just came here. Save the slide, please. I beg you. Yeah, I'll keep it up. And if you guys haven't watched my latest video, watch it, because it's like, it literally is like one of the most fire fucking videos I've made. So Jay, do you prefer to be called Jay or J. Cole as a whole name? Because every time you comment, I always say Jay, but I'm not sure, because it's like J. Cole, and that sounds kind of like cool, but I'm not sure what you prefer. So just let me know, okay? Yes, you're right, Zach. Vicky, I know I'm right. Okay, Atha, it's not, but it's not, again, if you're affirming from the identity and you're identifying with all that fear and all that stuff going on, then nothing, it's not the affirmation. You're putting bandages on bullet wounds, love. You are not the fear. So you can't, I mean, you're just going to go in circles, love. Truly, you're just going to keep going in the same circle when you're trying to, you don't do any type of process to get something. You do it to be something. Hi from India. Hello. Jay's good. Okay. Now, I'm so happy I got that cleared up because that has been on my mind. Every time I comment you, it always pops in my mind. I don't like worry about it. I'm like, I mean, I guess I should have assumed because I just put Jay and you never said anything, but it's funny because people spell my name all different ways, like Zakary, Zakary, Zach, Zachary, Zac. Having Zach, I used to really not like it. My name, by the way, is Zack, but I don't get it. You can call me whatever. But the Black Power Ranger spelled it the same way. But sometimes on like the products back in the day, they'd spell it Zach, and it used to piss me off. Like that's not how you spell his name or my name. I don't care as much anymore. My stepmom spells it Zak, and she's been with my dad for like 23 years. Love from Alaska. Everyone here made the greatest day possible. Brandon, I freaking love that. Alaska. That sounds cold. I don't know why, but Alaska somehow, I just got an image of, I know it's not in Alaska, but Stranger Things, which I've been watching right now. But you're telling, like, that's your assumption now, love. That's literally your assumption. Things have been shifting similarly since I created it. Amazing. Amazing. But I just make sure that, I mean, I'm not, I mean, I'm not familiar. I know Beyonce did something like that, but if you can maintain it and it works for you, great. As long as you're being. Be. Oh, someone asked me about my boyfriend. So my boyfriend wasn't my SP. I think I've mentioned this in my video how I manifested the love of my life, but I got so sick of SPs. Like I got so sick of them. I was like, I don't even want these fucking people. And I got to the point where I realized who I actually was and the identity that I kept looping, that I knew I was looping for a really long time, but I just said, I don't want these people because I only manifested these people from the identity of me who like that would even attract someone like that. And when I finally just let it go, I was like, fuck that, I don't want them. I'm already that, it's done. And I didn't put a face on it. I just kind of like went into it in consciousness. I stayed there. I woke up the next morning and I just kept walking around with it. Didn't care. I didn't even like, I let go of time entirely. Did not care, did not focus on it, did not even like worry about it. I just was like, all right. And then I started talking to him that day. So 12 hours. And then we met up that weekend, like 2 or 3 days later, and we've been together ever since. And it's like that, literally the happiest relationship. There's like no drama. Good morning text every morning, good night text every night. Like just happy vibes, fun times, laughs, memories. There's just, I don't know. It's a very different normal. Because all my past relationships up until even, I would say, earlier last year were always just this toxic cycle of like always going in the same exact thing of needing to earn or try or this or that. But I couldn't even see it. Like I was just so stuck in it that I kept trying to fix it with affirmations and trying harder and this and that. Sorry, Rama's in the bathroom downstairs and it's very distracting. You can hear the sand. Rama! He'll never come immediately. He like comes to the bottom of the stairs and he'll just like breathe. And then eventually he'll just come up when he feels like it. Zakari, Zakery. That's fine. Yes, it's being it. It's not just putting awareness on it. It's being it. But yeah, I mean, yeah. As long as there's no like rules to this shit, guys. That's why when people try to make it this like technique, like just do this technique, just do this, it drives me fucking nuts. You are imagination. You are the technique. Like these techniques that people glorify, it's just someone just thought one day, oh, I'm going to use my imagination this way, and then they wrote a book about it. Neville, no offense to Neville, but Neville wrote a book, and then people are like, oh my god, just do this, just do this, just do this to manifest, and then they've missed the whole point of it. And then another creator will be like, oh my god, just do this technique to manifest, and it's not the technique. So it doesn't matter what you do, it just matters who you're being. And the issue is most people are being from the old identity. And they don't want to hear that because that doesn't give the dopamine. Then they go to the video that's going to say, oh, let me just make you feel really good. And they feel really good. And then they get frustrated because nothing changes. Yeah, me too on the SP thing. Such a relief when you finally cut the shit and break out of the loop. Yeah, I know. You don't need to like... I mean, that's something that I can't, there's no one shoe fits all process for that, my friend. Like you have to look at everything that you've gone through, everything you're carrying, every story in your head, everything that is contributing to that and shift through it. Like that's literally identity work. That's what I do. That's not, I'm trying to give you guys like, how it actually works, but it's not. It's like you want to go to the gym and get buff, but you don't know how to use the machines, and you just go there and you're working out. Ever since people at the gym who work out for like ever and ever, and they just never gain any muscle because they're just doing it completely wrong, but they like don't want to actually go to a trainer because either they're embarrassed or whatever else. Like I mean, I'm not. This isn't a plug for me. Go to anyone who can actually look at it and get you there, but it's not. I can't. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Awareness isn't something that's controlled. It's not something that's like this one specific thing. It's your journey of you, Buddha. Only way out is through. You have to go through your journey. I think I hear Rama. Rama! He might have gone downstairs to the bottom room, but I wanted to show you guys him. Rama has not made a cameo for a long time. Anyone want to see Rama? No, I hear him. Do I have a wire? If I have a wire, he might come. Shit, no, I don't. Rama! Oh. He's coming up. Hi, babies. Rama, baby. Can I switch the camera? Yeah, I can. I'm going to show you guys Rama. Rama, babies. Rama. Who's your baby? He's been like sickeningly cute since it's gotten cold. In the summer, he's like, don't touch me. In the winter, he's like, oh yeah, let me hop all over you. Hi, Raya. It's nice to see you as well. I can't really see you, but it's nice to be in your presence, in your awareness. Rama, baby. Hi. I think one thing that might be helpful to the person who asked, how do you stop being it, is to know that that's not even who you are. Like that's, sit with that. Like nothing is real aside from the meaning that you're giving it. Life is happening through you, not to you. It is you. Everything is you. So if everything is you, then what does this even mean? That's the literal loop I talk about, though. That's why it's so hard to break on your own. Then you got, it's like, I don't want to, I don't want to go to someone to help me. I'd rather just watch a video and keep watching videos and try to do it. And I didn't get there from there. That's all I can say. Rama, ridiculously adorable. I just threw up in my mouth a little. He is my little baby. He's like my literal best friend. He likes my boyfriend more than me. Potentially, I don't know. I mean, you could say that's because he's new. My boyfriend's here every week, so I don't know. I don't think he's as new anymore. Love from Brazil. Hello, Tata. I love Brazil. I've never been to Brazil, but I love people from Brazil. I love people from everywhere, though, so that's fine. I don't play favorites. Brandon. Did Brandon say something? Oh, the throw up in my mouth. Hey, Zach, can we get a call giveaway again? Zakami, you asked that in the comments, I think. The reason it's just a logistical nightmare to do it again. I'm sorry, guys. It's too much. I'm working a whole nother job until I get my Japanese passport, and that's my breach of incidents, but it's too much to, like, do it all. So I'm doing what I can, my awareness has the capacity for right now. So when I have time for a short, I do a short. When I have time for a live, I do a live. I'm just going with the flow. But also, I do believe, from what I've realized, I was giving away free calls here and there before, and I have thoughts about that, and it's not going to be popular. But I remember when I was talking to Tom Kieran one time, when the yen tanked, and it has not recovered. But the yen went down like 50% to, like, it was paying literally twice as much for a call in Japan. And I told him that. And I kept booking calls with him, but I kind of, like, mentioned it, wondering if he would, and he was like, oh, that's an interesting story. Because he knew it was coming out of me. If he gave me that and he made me, like, he gave me the handicap, then I wouldn't have gotten the point. And I was like, you're right. And I finally got it. And it wasn't about the situation or the yen or anything. It was all about me. And once I realized that, it didn't matter. Same with some coach. I'm not going to name them because I don't like the way that they do it anymore. But I was in a, I was really stuck in the loop. I bought this course and I tried to email them and say the same thing. The yen is really weak. Would you do discounts? And they were like, no, that's your awareness. And I was like, okay. And I thought I was, like, kind of mean at first, but then I kind of got it. It was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's, you can't, when you understand it's coming out of you, if you start someone off at the opposite awareness, you're not doing them a service. And it kind of, like, it almost hinders them in a way. And I don't want to, like, fight for your, like, it's all you. Just go to the end. If you want coaching, go to the end of being the person who's had the coaching. Just watch what happens. It's crazy, dude. Like, and I know it sounds harsh because I do this out of the love of trying to help people. That's why I do it. I don't consider myself a YouTuber, truly. I don't consider myself anything but a coach who likes to talk to people and watch I love sharing the successes. I love the crew. I love the connection. I love the community, but it's not, I'm never going to be that. Maybe I will, I don't know, but I'm not putting my awareness on being this big viral coach who just gets all these watches. I like talking to people. I like actually helping, but if I'm starting you guys off on the wrong awareness, that doesn't help you. That hurts you. And it just reaffirms the circumstances that you've been affirming for yourself. And that I'm so thankful to Tom for never giving me that discount before. Because it was like 100, I think it was like, at the time, it was however much it was for 15-minute calls. And it would be like almost $200 something JPY for like a 15 minutes. And I was like, holy shit. But it didn't matter in the end. It all worked out. So I'm telling you, nothing out there. Watch my video. I did a video after the election last year on you stop giving your power away. And that is so true, even especially today with all the crazy news and everything out there. Nothing can affect you unless you give it the power to, because the conscious illusion out here that is going on in the 3D of the mass unconsciousness, people call it mass consciousness. I like to call it mass unconsciousness because that's really what it is. that illusion has nothing to do with you. That's just the timeline of the world that you chose for the timing to have this experience, right? So, but because you are one with it, you choose your relation to everything going on out there. All of it. So nothing can limit you. Nothing. I've had people in this community that one person in particular, and he was in the one of the wars going on right now, and he said that he was in the middle of a war zone, and bombs flew over his house, and his whole neighborhood got destroyed. But he was having a party. He was having a house party, but he just stayed in the assumption that it didn't matter, and his party went on. Nothing. It didn't even affect him. I'm telling you, you literally, I've been in the middle of crazy shit, and it just didn't affect me because I'm so not in line with that timeline. It doesn't matter. So whatever goes on out there, yeah, that's interesting. That's okay. But it doesn't affect you unless you give it the power to. And then when you affirm for it and you come on, you write all your circumstances and you want this, like, please just give me the magic technique or the magic thing. Like, that's not how you shift. That's okay. Yeah. I can't talk on circumstance if I don't know what the awareness is behind it. And that's why people go in these loops and they say, oh yeah, just affirm 20 times a day. Just do this, just do that. And nothing shifts. You should see that. I think I threw a lot of them out, but I used to have like this stack of scripting journals. Stack. I had so many of this one scripting journal that they ran out of stock in Japan. And then I had to like order it. Well, I had to order. I don't do it anymore, but I had to order it from America, like Amazon America, to like ship to Japan because they didn't even make it anymore. I'm telling you guys, it's when you just are forcing techniques to do to get, that's not the same as being the person who has it. Right? Yes, Crystal. Yes. Yes. This is true for everything. What's the book or material that made it click for you? There wasn't one. It wasn't just like this one moment. It was, I mean, guys, I want you guys to know when I went into this journey, I'm not too proud to admit this. I started off with an SP, and an SP that was just this awful, it was like oh my God, I'm getting sick even thinking about this, but it was an awful reflection of the self identity that I had been identifying with my whole life, and it completely fell apart. And then I started falling into the manifestation, like the early days of manifestation. And I'm not going to name anybody, but one of the coaches who was big at the time, started saying, oh, just do this, just that. I started watching all his lives every day. I started going here and every day. And then he started hawking sleep tapes. So I bought like sleep tapes from him. And then I started doing this. And the SP eventually, because I was so focused on it and I let it go after like 6 months, came back one night, told me that they missed me and everything. We went up the next day. The whole thing fell apart. And after that, I was still convincing myself I wanted that SP when I really, truly didn't. But I spent literal, because we were working from home. I'm still working from home, but I spent literal months, years, every day. I watched Tom Kieran's video every single day. I would have notebooks full of shit. I'd go on calls with him. I would study it. I would read Neville. I would read Joseph Murphy. I read all of the greats. I would do this. I would do that. And it was a mixture of self-experiencing it, reading it, self-study every day. Like, I'm talking hours every day. I barely worked, and I would just it's like work just took care of itself. It was nuts. It still kind of does. But I put so much studying because it got to a point where it was like, there's something here that I just am being called to see that is so beyond the SP situation. And I would say, like, it was a mixture of coaching with a coach, many coaches. And Tom didn't, I love Tom. I love Tom to death. I consider him a dear friend. But it wasn't really him that got me there. It was a lot of like reading between the lines and the nuances of it. I try to take that and make it more direct so you guys don't have to sift through it forever, because I want to help as many people get there as quick as possible rather than, having to go through the loop forever. But it wasn't like one thing, to answer your question. It just wasn't. I mean, I did a lot of self-contemplation. Just everything. And I went through some scary shit. Tom did like 3 or 4 videos on shit that happened to me. I had like a abnormality, like gray matter in my brain that was terrifying. and the CAT scan completely changed itself. It was insane how that happened. Rama got sick, and then he almost died, and then he got better. I manifested this house. I manifested bonuses when I wasn't doing well at work, like everything. And it took a long time to see that the loop, even that loop of like manifesting and then losing, or manifesting then feeling like I fell out of the power, like that was still coming from the old identity I was identified with. So it wasn't like one thing, it was like a lot of things. I would go on retreats by myself to like the Sea of Japan for like, I'd go backpacking and just sit, and I would think, and I would meditate, and I would like read, and I would study, and I would just take it in until one day like it was this magical night where it all clicked. But then I fell out of it again, and I went back and forth until finally, when Rama finally got better, that was like, oh my God, I get it. And then I helped a friend manifest his partner and a better relationship, and a visa and everything else. And I helped another friend who ended up being an actor after talking to me with no acting experience. Now he's always on Netflix sets and doing this. So no side out. Exactly. It's all your perception. How are you perceiving it? That's the issue. So yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of years of studying, like a lot of years, like from it started January 2020 is when I really, maybe like January, March, April-ish. And then it lasted until, because I don't really study as much anymore. I mean, I study from talking to you guys, and you know, it's always studying because you're always here to up level and learn, but I don't really like sit down and go into it so much. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff. I have a whole thing of books here in both Japanese and English, and reading Neville in Japanese also opened my eyes to a lot of it as well, because it was like, I talked about this in one of my earlier videos, it's like the nuance between Japanese and English and the way they translated it actually made it clearer to understand what Neville was talking about. I think that is where I am now, going into my power. That's fine, love. That's fine. That'll stop at some point. Like, that's fine. You can't go backwards on this journey. You can't, unless you just give up and say, okay, I'm done. But even then, that's usually when people have the biggest shift anyways. But you know, I get a lot of people come to me and are like, I've been on years of coaching for 30 years. I've done this, I've done that, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I get it. Because to be honest with you, like, I get that coaching in and of itself, like, I felt very awkward even talking about it or putting it out there, but I realized the only thing that helped people is when I could actually walk them through it. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to lean into this a little bit more. But it's not, I get that there's so many people out there that they, like, I've gone to coaches and they're like, oh, you just have to, I had one coach tell me one time, he's like, you just have to praise yourself more. I'm like, what? Like, that wasn't even fucking mean. So I'm sitting there, like, talking to myself all day, and, like, nothing clicked because it wasn't shifting anything. I was like, what the, like, what? Like, it's just so many, just listen to sleep tapes, just do this, just nothing works. Just sit there and tell yourself you love yourself all day. It's like, that's why I get so frustrated in a lot of my videos. Not because and again, I'm not frustrated at any of you guys. It's just knowing the bullshit out there that you guys have to listen to and go through. But maybe I'm letting that get into my awareness too much, and I should just be chill and happy like I am, because that's how I am in my real life. But I don't know, I don't like when people get completely taken advantage of and get nothing in return for it. That's just goes against, I don't like that. Again, it's all your awareness, so no coach is going to, like, I can't be a ratatouille and pulling anything. No one's going to do that for you, but they should at least give you the insights and the tools and the things to work, right? Exactly. Do you think it's fast or has its own hour? That's actually, so that's going to be a video idea I've been toying with lately, but consciousness takes the fastest route possible to reflect back to you, okay? And the fastest route possible is always the route where you don't have all this opposite awareness around it. That's why you see other people come back when you start saying that I'm, you know, loved and I'm blah, blah, and then you see some guy that you're like, I don't want him though, I want the SP, it's got to be the SP. And you're not realizing that that's just means like that's just literally reality starting to reflect back to you that you've made the shift. So just like that's where people fuck themselves up. They don't even like appreciate the science. They're so fucking hyper fixated on one thing that if it's not this way, it's the highway. And that Jay, that's the what would you call it? Like I feel like that's the human condition, right? Because when you understand that it's all coming out of you, that's not something people are born with. Like this knowledge is something you acquire over time. So people go into that and they think like, you know, they're doing like, oh, I don't trust myself, or I can't, I don't have, blah, blah. It's just give it some time, chill. It's not wrong to want someone specific, but it's from what I like, why are you wanting them? Like it's a choice. It's like it's not this big thing. Like it shouldn't be they're not bigger than you. The issue is you want them from the state of lack that you don't have them, so you make them so much bigger than you, thinking that they're like this fucking god. And it's like they're just like jack shit. And half the SPs that you people are with, no offense, because I was that person, they're not even like honestly, like they aren't even fucking. You guys, I would say out of 90% of my clients, usually SPs are not even like half as attractive. But you guys are all like stuck on them, thinking that they're like the best thing ever. And it's like you don't even see how what you are or who you are or what you have. Hold on, I'm having, it's a little bit allergies. So I'm just using a little bit of my trusty nose spray. We're going to go into the bedroom actually because I have my Christmas lights up and I want to enjoy that. And I think we need a scene change. Do you guys like my Christmas lights? I have Christmas lights everywhere. Oh, but you can't see them from this angle. I don't really like my lighting in here though. I look so dark. It doesn't matter who you want. It doesn't matter if it's a pills. It doesn't matter what it is. You can want who you want. You can have what you want. You are the universe itself. But are you still aware of being the old identity? Are you still identifying as that person? That's where even if you get somebody, they just leave the next day. Like for me, I didn't even want because even if that person changed, I still wasn't gonna want them because I just realized I only wanted them from that identity. But that's not everybody. I mean, I didn't even want like my SP wasn't my I don't know, he's not my SP, but he's never been my SP. He's always been my boyfriend's from like literally day one. But I didn't even know I wanted him. I didn't even know who he was. It literally just popped up. And it was just easy. It's always been love. There's never been any opposite to that with him. Would it even be possible to bring someone specific? Yes. Yes. It happens all the time. Yes. Manifesting a specific person is not impossible. It's just that you guys make it the end goal and you're not. That's why my videos, like, I feel like people just want SP, 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 SP. And it's like SP is literally like the smallest part of it. You get the SP when you understand everything else. But everyone just wants the feel-good videos that make them like stop missing the SP for a second without actually going in and doing the identity shifting. I'm going to hold it like this with my hand maybe. All right, let me keep going. I like the Herz lights. It was too dark. Vasco, I love that. I love that I love that. That's it. Ah ha 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 ha. This is great. Best Christmas lights ever. Can you dive a bit deeper on the subject object being the same? Can you explain what you mean? Because I don't think I've used that word before. Like subject object, like subject of your attention. Like everything is the same. It's just one consciousness. It's all you. You're in consciousness. All of consciousness is you reflected. Your personal experience of reality is your awareness reflected, but you're one with everyone else because it's all connected. So when you put your awareness on something, it reflects back to you. It's like tea time. Zach, I have so much success. I have to tell you, I'm booking a call very soon just to chat and talk about it. Dude! Bro! Oh my God, I'm so excited. One of my favorite OG friends. I was gonna say, is your thing on TikTok also the King Coffee? He makes like funny ass shits on TikTok. So if you guys don't follow him, go follow him. Also, I just started TikTok recently just for fun, and I don't know. I was like, why not? So if you guys want to follow me on TikTok, you can. Okay, Axe has. I don't want to give any of that advice on this on a live, right? Because I don't want to get like, there's certain rules. I'm not a licensed professional. Okay, I just want to put that out there. But if you go look at my video on the OCD aspect, again, it was the identity I was fused with of why I was still identifying as that person. Okay, everything is consciousness, and I did another video on the lady whose son had, again, I talked about this earlier in this live, the severe nonverbal autism. She shifted that as well. It's all your perception. Okay, whoever, like K Hop Crick, I'm not gonna read your circumstances. That's just you're venting circumstances, and that's not helpful to you. SP is easy for me, it's money for me. Then no, it's not. No, it's not. Is it true that we only get what we truly desire? Is that another? It's you get whatever you're aware of being. Like it's not like guys. Whoo. It's not this big mystical thing. Like this is literally proven by quantum physics. It's proven by psychology. It's proven by everything. No science has ever disproved any of these teachings. It's all in the teachings. I'm telling you. Like it's proven. Yeah, it's fly. That's the identity. Listen, identity isn't you can't cherry pick, right? Like desires are a form of identity if you think about it. Like it's all awareness of identity, of being. Who are you being? Who do you say that I am? Not from a forcing an affirmation way. Went away from him. Everyone treats me like royalty. It's just him I have this concept with. Yeah, and that's your opposite awareness. And that's something that's not because it's him. It's because that's your concept of what that type of relationship brings to you. This is where I talk about identity work. It's not about him. Because if you broke up with him tomorrow, which it sounds like you are, and you got another guy tomorrow, the same pattern would repeat. I promise you. I'm saying this with love. The thing about, maybe it comes from this law of attraction thing where they say you must feel to get the thing. Yeah, that's such bullshit. That lady, Rhonda Prynes, I think her name was, who launched The Secret. If you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they did this episode on The Secret, and it's like one of my favorite episodes of all time, where they decide they're gonna like make over this Mexican family, and it's awful. They like go and they're gonna do like extreme home makeover, but they're not professionals, and they like literally end up burning the poor people's houses down. Everything is king coffee. I have been busy with real estate, but I eventually am going to get back into being silly and creating content and stuff. Dude, you're so good at it. You're so good at it. Just do it like at least like once a week just for fun. Like you're so creative. Like I don't know. I love when you make stuff. No, it just happened. I'm working on it. I'm just saying, okay, girl, good. If you need help, then I'm always here. I'm so close to grasping what this actually means experientially, but I don't know what I'm missing. I feel and have identified with what I want. I can't, I don't know without talking to you. So I can't say, I don't know. I don't know where your awareness would be around it. That's something that I'd have to actually chat with you about to see. But if you know, you'll somehow you'll figure it out. What's the identity that manifests a consistently loving, happy relationships? Does it have something to do with self-love? You are love. It's not self-love in the sense of like, oh my God, I love this one Raya, that you're holding on to everything and trying to force yourself to love one aspect of yourself when you are all identities for all time. So in a sense, yes, but it's not like sitting there all day saying, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I did that as well too. It didn't work. I was I was in the identity for about a week without wavering and got unblocked by SP, but even that triggered me back to my old identity. Exactly, because you didn't actually, and that's fine, love, that's fine. But you didn't actually like stay in the identity. You were wobbling and whatever else, whatever. Irrelevant, irrelevant, irrelevant. Does not matter. Irrelevant. If every single person here liked this live for all the free information, a lot more people would be here probably. Just putting it out there. I've noticed something else in this community that is not a judgment, but there's a lot of taking from a very desperate state. And that in of itself, and that awareness of itself of the take without ever giving anything back, or like, it just, that shows where awareness also is. And again, gratitude is always like, you're always giving from a place of knowing that you are all. And when you give, it's just an energy of awareness of abundance, especially the money people who are struggling with that. One of my favorite things to do is I love donating. Like, I just always, I don't know, went to the Santa charity. They were like, oh, do you want to I made an additional donation on top of paying for this. And like, it's always just, it's the giving of the energy, of the love, of the this, of the that, of the time, right? When I was in high school, my mom, we went to like a soup kitchen and fed the hungry for Thanksgiving. I didn't like it at the time because I was like, you know, bratty little shit. But growing up now, I'm like, how can I help? And that's not saying you need to help to get anything. That's not the point. But it's like that, if you feel this resistance to that type of stuff, then that's also where awareness can be. Oh, stop, don't flatter me. You are the best friend and coach anyone can have. Your love for us is ever expanding, just like the universe. I am gonna cry. A client made me cry this morning, actually. I'm getting emotional thinking about it, but I was talking to him this morning and he said that he watched a video, and I guess I said something that hit him so hard, he just started bawling his eyes out, and I was like, and I started tearing up because it's just, it's insane to me. You know, my videos are not clickbait little lighty videos. I try to make fun ones. I'm trying to go back to more broad concepts like we used to do, and this and that, and I'm working on it. It's you know, we're all shifting, and I'm figuring it out, but they tend to be a little bit more like, you know, people don't like to take responsibility or be, you know, oh my God, is this what's going on here? They'd rather go for the, you know, the feel good stuff, which is fine, but I forgot where I was going with that. It's all love, though. It's just love. Loving the live and loving your content. Thank you, Tata. I love that. I'm back. That was all, you know. Love, you're fine. I know I'm awareness and keep my attention there while simultaneously interacting with 3D and being neutral in 3D, but what is this? Who you're actually aware of being. Remember, you can't just be all there is without actually choosing and then occupying frequently an identity. That frequent occupancy of the state, as Neville would call it. Identity really does mean state in a way, I just think there's a slight nuance between who you're being as identity and the state. And I don't like the term self-concept, because when you say self-concept, people think you're talking about reprogramming, and there's nothing to reprogram, but it's still the concept you have of yourself, the identity that you keep fusing with. But there's no reprogramming that needs to happen, because that acts like it's something that there's like a doing and a trying. But it's what you're aware of, my love. It's your awareness out pictured of your beliefs about the world. Remember, go watch my video I did on the levels of creation, or the levels of consciousness. It's an older video. I did 2 of them. One was called Levels of Creation. It was supposed to be called Levels of Consciousness, or one or the other. I can't remember. But there's 2 of them, and I talk about that. It's all your awareness of the world that is pushed out into the world. So your awareness of relationships, your awareness about love, your awareness about safety, your awareness about money, your awareness about this, your awareness about that. All of that is this big hodgepodge that just goes out there and reflects back to you who you're being right now. That's it. And until you can actually see it and then start to kind of like shift it, so because you can't when you're trying to shift something from still being the other you, it doesn't, it just goes against itself, and it like, that's why you guys loop and then you get all stressed out. I wish Rama would come in here. He used to always come in here, and now he's like on the bed, and he doesn't want to come in here because it's warmer in the bed. Does anyone want to go see Rama for the last few minutes? If you want to see Rama, raise your hand. If you want to see Rama, raise your hand. So lag in comments today. It's FlyFo. Did you name a circumstance? I'm trying to scroll up to see if you wrote. Yeah, so it's FlyFo. I can't, so I don't know. It's not about identifying just with what you want. It's identifying from who you are and who you're aware of at the moment. And that's something I can't answer on a live, because I don't know. I don't know you. It's too far up, LOL. What is the camera? Well, we're gonna go see Rama. Rama BBs. Oh, look at him stretching. Hold on. Can you guys see him? Rama. This should have been the thumbnail live. Hi, BBs. So Rama, if you rub against him, well, not you, but me, because I don't know if he'd do it with people he doesn't know, probably not, but the only time he purrs is if I rub against him like I'm a cat and I pretend to like lick him, but I don't actually lick him, I just make the noises. He goes nuts and he gets so excited and he'll like run around, and we do it like a few times a day. It's how we communicate. But any other time, petting him, doesn't purr, anything else. And if you meow when you're doing it, he will immediately purr. And he gets excited and will stand up. He can't sit still when you meow at him. It might be a little too dark for you guys to see him, but okay. Last questions, and then it's almost an hour, and I got to take out the cans. Haley, you rose your hands. We always see Rama. I doubt, as I'm unsure, so it reflected. Yeah, well, bro is chilling. How do we stay as awareness? You go back to it. You're not ever going to stay there forever because you're in the 3D. Rama. Okay. Well, we have another minute, and then I don't know what time it is. Oh, he's cleaning himself. He has no idea he's on camera right now. No idea. In his own little world.